Talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun the command of the masses. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun diary politico. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, this man. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Hello there.
Ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun live. To those of you who are going to be joining me from Facebook, remember this. At some point, Facebook always sort of turn it off that you will no longer be able to see the broadcast. If you are joining from Facebook, I advise go on to the YouTube. That never really breaks, okay? And it is the same time and the same picture, the same audio that you're going to see on Facebook that you're also going to have on YouTube. But the choice is yours. But share this broadcast. Today,
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn làkì. Àní ẹ̀sùn làkì. Lórí Facebook. Àní ẹ̀sùn làkì. Lórí YouTube.
This afternoon, during the brunch time with Mayegun, by the way, if you are joining me tonight and you were not here this morning or afternoon, there is a new program that has popped up now. It's going to be called the brunch time with Mayegun. It's an open mic segment, so you can always be part of that. Remember, so we touched the news that Nigeria has fined Binance $10 billion. We will expatiate more on it tonight. We talk to my man. Hero, Innocent, Obi, and so many of you. Motide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun live. I bet you have read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcasts. You've shared it, right? And you've liked the video too. Those are the simple first steps you have to take before you settle down and then enjoy my storytelling. The story of how Nigeria, a once promising, supposed nation or country that was never a nation, that a lot of us from generation to generation were lied to. Now we know better. So the degenerating state of Nigeria, how they have been able to successfully, fool majority of the populace who have no clue of what their tribal or where their tribulation is actually coming from, right? So Nigeria is being dismembered little by little. It's like cutting apart little by little, all by the actions of the ruiners that you call rulers in Nigeria. The poverty that has now been democratized, the suffering, the shaggy, and everything that you might that might be your own share from this contraption under these criminals. This is where you would probably have a better understanding, and then you are welcome. Right. So if you have read the caption of the broadcast, the trending conversation is about Binance. How Binance is now being blamed for the crashed economy of Nigeria. In fact, they are doubling down. Let me show you something. This is what Kadi O had to say, that the reason why they are kind of taking an action, that in the book of the APC, right now, the reason why Nigerian Naira continue to get devalued. And in fact, further crashes and all that is because of Binance. But we'll get to that. Listen to him. Kadobi.
Concerned that certain practices go on that indicate illicit flows going through a number of these entities, and suspicious flows at best. In the case of Binance, in the last 1 year alone, 26 billion US dollars has passed through Binance Nigeria from sources and users who we cannot adequately identify. There's a lot that is going on now as a result of collaboration between the different agencies, which includes EFCC and the police, and of course the office of the NSA. And in due course, as we progress and have more information to share, we will certainly share. But suffice to say that we are determined to do everything it takes to ensure that we take charge of our market, or put it differently, do not allow others to manipulate our markets in a way that ends up distortionary and suboptimizes for all Nigerians. We will not accept it, and we will do everything possible to prevent any of these kinds of infractions from taking place.
Now, after all of that grammar, which will make you think they are actually doing something that possibly will prevent the Nigerian Naira from crashing. After all that grammar and that, someone will now take a little bit steps backward a bit. Just take a bit step back. Let's take the story for what it is, go. So that you understand that majority of us, probably, me personally, never used Binance or whatever it's called now, right? And so many of us too, probably, some of you watching me probably have never really used it. But there are many, what should we say, millions of people all over the world that uses the platform. Nigeria politicians who are also users of that same platform could be those who have used the same Binance to launder money. But when these guys came up with this idea of how much money is being traded on Binance, they decided to manufacture a figure. Number one, according to them, they said $26 billion was transacted by Nigerians in Nigeria alone. 26 billion in a year. Wow. That is not true. And they know it, but they've dropped the figure. That's a lot of money. However, are those $26 billion fraudulent transactions or legitimate to start with? Then they said they believe that some Nigerians used Binance. We are coming to Naira Pato, don't rush you. That they believe that some Nigerians use Binance to hide the money they stole from Nigeria. Who are the type of people that could steal hundreds of millions of dollars and make it disappear? Who? Me. You. Of course, we are not the politically exposed people. Okay? However, they won't say those Nigerians they are investigating to start with. So they now, they were told that that money, that huge amount of money that is being traded on Binance, right, could have been Central Bank of Nigeria. See where the Delulu started, though. Number one, they are looking for money. Any free liquid cash that they can temporarily use to defend Naira by being the speculator. Let me explain that quickly. The Central Bank of Nigeria supposed the apex bank of Nigeria, the biggest, the largest populated black nation on earth. That central bank has no dollars that you can associate with a country that is a crude oil producer like Nigeria. They've wrecked Nigeria. There's absolute almost zero forex inside the Central Bank of Nigeria. As the money comes in, they take it. As it comes in, they loot it. So therefore, they've got no control. The people that now have the dollars or the forex, they are now majorly the currency traders. But you know something? Most of the dollars in the hands of the currency traders also came from the same central banking system, where the dollars are not ending in the hands of the real business or the banks. They end up in the hands of currency traders on the streets, giving them the right for speculation and all that, because they are now like selling and buying currency. So I've got dollars, you've got Naira. Sure, you get. Nigerian central bank has no control over anything anymore. Rather, some few minute number of people are now those pocketing the supposed forex for Nigeria. So for the Central Bank of Nigeria not to have $20 billion in cash as oil producing country, you see, Nigeria is supposed to get something called the sovereign wealth. Sovereign wealth, it will mean the money that places like UAE, Saudi Arabia put aside. The money they make from the crude oil that they just put aside. And we are talking about hundreds of billions, some of them in trillions of dollars in some places. So when you have resources that is being exploited in that commercial quantity, you save. In Nigeria, they don't chop everything that is coming from that resources to the point that it has become so little, not enough for them. Only minute number of people have cornered that forex, especially from crude oil. So they are looking for anybody who could give them. So when they hear that Binance is having 26 billion deal in a year, and the entire Central Bank of Nigeria barely do 1 billion in a year, the most of the money that's going to end up in their pocket. So in their own economic sense, let's ban them. so that everybody that is transacting with them would have to come to us. Here you get, we'll print enough naira. Because according to this wearies, right? If you are doing a business on the Binance, right? And your business is legit, you should not be doing business with them. You should be doing business with your country, with your own central bank. So what then happened? In that the same Bulaba Tifnumbunomics economic team, that is when they came up with the idea of, if we could ban them and at the same time say, wait, these people said they are making, I mean, people are trading this much on Binance, right? But these Binance are not paying taxes in Nigeria. They were supposed to be paying taxes. So tax evasion. Oh yeah, write it down. Tax evasion. Then we also asked them to bring all the details of every Nigerian that has traded on Binance. They needed their details. Not that they are so specific of the money they are looking for. For example, this afternoon I made an explanation. Sorry, 1 second. As usual, they've turned them off on Facebook. So I'm just going to take them off. I actually want everyone who was on Facebook to try their best and join us on YouTube, or pretty much go on Twitter. So I'll come back to that. So they wanted these guys to give them the details. Not that they heard that India buying them so $1 billion. United States find them so billion. UK find them so billion. So when there are places where they've been banned because they said they didn't follow their anti-money laundering law, which means that a certain amount of money, if they move in your system, right, you have to declare them, because they could be money meant for sponsoring human trafficking, drug trafficking. Yeah, drug dealers are paying in cryptos too now. They don't move cash the way you think they usually do anymore. Here you get. And then terrorists also use the same Binance and all that. So for countries who are going after some groups of terrorists, understanding that they have been traced to be using either cryptocurrencies, Binance and other things, right? Because it gives anonymity. You can hide your identity and all of that. So in that case, excuse me, I want to sneeze.
Concerned that certain practices.
Sorry about that. I didn't want to sneeze on camera that much, right? So Nigeria was supposed to say, listen, there are those who have looted Nigeria. And we strongly believe that during our investigation, where we were tracing so amount of money, we realized that some of them converted this stolen money into cryptocurrencies that were traded on Binance, and they disappeared. We just need your help. It's almost impossible to get those information. Sure you get, but you could use that. That's what some countries used in ensuring that they find them and they ban them. Sure you get now. Or in the case of Nigeria, they are not looking for terrorists. They are not looking for the money launderers. They are not indeed, for some reason, they are not looking for anything per se than the possibility of free money. Any free money, even if it's $1 billion, give us. So the Binance have now said, no. They sent representatives to Nigeria and said, listen, can we talk about this? Let's know what the problem is, so that we can see how we can be of help. So they arrested them and locked them up and insisted that they must open their back end, wherever, for national security. They must show them everybody trading on Binance. So they've got nothing. It's like shadow boxing, believing that like the typical way, we must find something. There will be something there. And as usual, let's just ask them to turn over their record and everything. And if they won't do that, yeah, then let us find them and ban them. So the typical Nigeria way. So they decided to cut off the entire platform, and now they are asking for 10 billion. They also said that they haven't calculated the tax evasion, how much Binance was supposed to pay in tax, so we are not sure. But now in their mind, for Binance to trade in Nigeria, or Nigerians to use their platform, again, Binance must pay $10 billion. That is what is trending. And some are saying that they are only looking for the free money again. The free money, which is something they have been trying to use to save their naira. Now, let me explain this as well. They are doing all of this because they believe that any platform or anybody that is handling forex, doesn't matter where you find it, it doesn't matter where you get it from, that money you are holding was supposed to be in their hands. So if you have dollars, the right thing for you is to hand it over, and they will give you naira equivalent of that. They don't even care anymore. If you want your dollar sold for 2,000 naira per dollar, they will give you naira. They are printing more and more and more and more naira that are further contributing to your hyperinflation. On the side, though, they are saving the naira. That's the whole agenda now. To save the naira, Binance must go and they must pay $10 billion. Because you know what? These guys used $12 billion worth of crude oil as a collateral for $3.3 billion cash alone. So if Binance can give them 1 billion, they can use that to say they are defending naira by saying, that's what they are doing recently now. Yeah, the few forex they have shared them to their few lackeys, okay? And they are saying if anybody is selling anything anywhere, they must be arrested and ask them where they found the dollar. This is the economy they are building. The one that they are waiting for a windfall or a loan or anything, so that they can use that as a subsidy for dollar to safeguard naira. All this money, if they are giving them to your manufacturing sectors, if they are giving all this money to the real sectors that can actually turn them around and begin to kickstart your economy. But the point is not, that's not, to them, that's not how they want to defend the naira. They may say that to you in public and say, we are working. In fact, we are working hard. People will not do anything at them, they tell you say that they work hard. Working hard on nothing. And then you go out there and you're like, there must be some people who did not want Tinubu to succeed. In your mind. Meanwhile, Cardoso, the man that they said they ran down two big banks were kind of like, under him. Now, to save your naira is not to improve production. It's not to improve security. It's not to return your farmers to farm. It's just to tell you they will do it. That's what we are doing. Sorry, I want to take a little break. I'm coming.
The hope is here. We have a governor in hope. And I'm standing before you, clinging to that, assuring you my belief that Nigeria will be out of economic problems. We just need to persevere, work hard. Be assured. Allow me to throw a jab here. The labor union should understand that no matter how much we cling to our freedom and rights, to call for strike within 9 months of an administration is unacceptable. If you want to participate in the electoral process, wait until 2027. If not, maintain peace.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Human life doesn't really mean anything to people like that. From the books that we have read this in the book, they said that real leaders, they plan, for the next generations. Rulers or ruiners like this, they plan for the next elections. To them, as he's saying it, Nigeria is going to be better. Hope is here. I can assure you that we will pacify. I can assure you that all the will be done. After finishing that, you can just go to bed and sleep. If you dare complain, hey, it's because of politics. See, we have lost our business. So what is all this? All of that. Say, wait till 2027 if you are not happy. I have told you to wait. I said, wait. Persevere. Baby walk of pain. Labor pain. So is that not enough for you? Of course, things are tough, things are hard. Yes, everybody knows things are tough, things are hard. But and so, if you don't like it, wait for 2027. It doesn't matter if you're going to die before then, because they don't really care. They politicize everything. Every day is politics for them. Everything is politics for them. There is actually no governance. You are watching them destroying your common patrimony, wasting away all your own lives. You are seeing all what they are doing. You are feeling the impact of everything they are doing. But they are telling you, if you react, now because you should go and join politics if you don't like what we are doing. Go and join politics. And those are the people some of you probably are hoping on. So this guy had this to say. Listen.
Prophet Tinubu, before he became President Tinubu, was speaking about this time in 2012 in the episode that you referred to. Because there was nothing in that letter that could not be situated in 2024. So, we've been waiting for the magic, that Tinubu had. The magic that led to his building Lagos. We forget that Lagos has been the federal capital for donkey years, has enjoyed resources, infrastructure development. And so I wonder where, the claim that he built Lagos, came from. Now is the time for the hard work. Let him walk, the talk. Where are those magical things that were attributed to him? Where is his so-called economic team? What we are seeing in the last 9 months is trial by error. Is the kabu kind of economic policy, where you pick passengers, drop them in Ojuelegba, change course, start heading to Oshodi. That's what we have been seeing play out in the last 9 months. So nothing seems to have changed. But again, let us ask ourselves a question. What did Tinubu promise us? Tinubu promised that he was going to follow the path of former President Buhari. What was that path? It's massive loan, taking of loan. We haven't taken loan to pay the interest on the loan, not the loan itself, not the principal. Yeah. Buhari was known for bigotry and nepotism, crass bigotry and nepotism. That's why we say, play out. Why must ministers and government officials of choice cabinet positions come from a section of the country? Aren't we done with that? We thought we had seen the worst of that during the Buhari era. But here we are. It's a continuation. It's a continuation of the Buhari policy.
And do you think this government is overwhelmed?
They're going to be overwhelmed. And what we're asking as the opposition is that they need to be very deliberate about the choices that they make, the policy choices. You see, our future, not about it. You should stop this scapegoatism. It reminds me of the animal farm of Napoleon and Squilla, who had a knack for blaming, now in this case, contest, for everything that has gone wrong. No, The problem is it's inside of them. First of all, the cabinet that they have a lot of people there who are doing nothing, who don't have the set skills, other than the fact that they were there because of political consideration. Okay, they're asking us that, oh, the elections are over. We should, but I mean, look at what Tinubu is doing, playing politics in 2027, speaking to NLC. That means that he's not prepared for even governance. Prophet.
It's not. What's business governance about? Depends on what you think is governance. Governance to them, like he put it, right, is an Agbero government. Okay? Trial by error, trial and error, and all of that. Playing kites, playing gamble with the people's lives. But what happened to the people they are playing gamble with their lives too? Some of them are willing slaves, on-boot slaves, sophisticated morons, crumb eaters, ass lickers, all-risers, bat idiot, bat starts, and the rest of them. Enablers, the Dede. So today, Kadi Atikadobi decided that, now here is another kabu policy, so playing gamble with your life. So under Emefiole, it was Aboki FX that was the problem. Under Kadobi, it is Binance that is the problem. However, before they finally cling on to Binance, that they believe they could get something in which they won't get zero, they went after the BDCs, right? They issued people certificates to sell money, sell and buy currencies. Then, when they ran the country aground, they went after them and blamed them for the crashed Naira. After the whole country raid, they found 280 million Naira cash, which is Nigeria money, and 48,000 US dollars all over Nigeria, 1,500 pounds sterling, 15,000 yen, and few other funny currencies like that. There was no billion of dollars in the pocket of the BDCs. People, they gave certificates. So they now disbanded them. They now reissue new certificate to new set of bureau de change who meet their criteria. Somehow, the joke was on them. Take a look at some of, okay, hang on. So then today, this afternoon, Kadobi decided and announced again that they are also kind of like banning, let me see the word they used. Yeah, they revoked the operational licenses of 4,173 bureau de change or changes in Nigeria. Are you with me? Do you want to see some of the names of the bureau de change that Nigerian government registered and they have been trading in dollars and all of you? The joke is on them. Take a look at some of them. If you see any of your family business, raise up your hand, though, because everybody, they point finger now. All these bad people. They say, who be their family? We know they see now. Oh yeah, if your family own any of this business, raise up your hand. These are the bureau de changes in Nigeria that are operating in Nigeria. Not all of them, or some of them. Mountaintop BDC, BBL BDC, Give and Take BDC, Protected BDC, Reading BDC, Roundtable BDC, Oyoyo BDC, Stopover BDC, Surgeon BDC. These are legally registered currency traders in Nigeria, bureau de change in Nigeria. These are not funny. These are not imaginary. They are registered with the Current Affairs Commissions in Abuja, registered as businesses. Guess who are going to be the owners of this? They're going to be politicians. Politicians are their family and their side chicks. Are you playing? You dey hear about Valid BDC, Unical BDC, Turnover BDC, Couple BDC, Happy Ends BDC. Maybe a share BDC be that. Happy End, Welcome BDC, Onyibo BDC, Years of Time BDC, Lampshade BDC, Internal Curry, Ntori Olong, Give and Collect, Pointless Forex BDC, Backup BDC, Looking and Seeing BDC, movement BDC, nítorí kíni. That's how useless the whole entire, what do you call it? The entire financial sector in Nigeria under these rogues have become. But they've suspended, I mean, they've revoked their licenses. They've revoked. The others, the BDC you are seeing in front of the names, they are the Bureau de Change. Abi, you don't know Bureau de Change, you know? Those are people that are officially registered. Now, they are, and it's not only that they were registered as Current Affairs Commission in Nigeria. Central Bank of Nigeria issued certificates to them. Licenses is called. Licenses. Take a look at this letter now. So they said those are people who have never paid necessary fees, license renewal, those who have never no rendition of returns in line with blah, 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 compliance with guidelines. So don't be surprised. There are more ridiculous names in that list. Promise you. And ridiculousness it is, isn't it? The Foundation for Investigative Journalism, FIJ, they did a sort of a check. You know this guy? Do you know this guy? That is Ibrahim Dende, IB. IB Dende. Is a smuggler. The guy on the right is a notorious smuggler. Baba. This guy on the right is so notorious that he alone influenced the nomination and appointment of the custom DG, Nigerian custom DG. That's how powerful he is. So they did an investigation on him. And it is not surprising. When Kalu was going to UAE for that COP28, this smuggler, who is also being projected that is going to be the next governor of Ogun State, from what I have been told. Look, Baba, no thing say because he look like person will be normal person. This one, I'll go criminal. This one can kill you. Do you understand? Dende. Like I'm talking about a armed Ogbologbo smuggler. This one are not people who say they help you drive cars across border. No. We are talking about high-scale smuggling. That his influence is so rich that he is recruiting staff for the Nigerian customs. Yeah, that's how powerful he is. He's a friend to every commissioner that ever be commissioner of police in Ogun State. He's a very, very, very good friend of your current police IG, Egbetokun, the current DG of custom. In fact, won't become DG without this guy. He knows Escobar, Baba. And if you know Escobar, problem, it's easy. Wherever Kalu is, look around him, you will see the number of notorious criminals that are wearing well-starched brocade, looking fresh and kinky. You know, say in Nigeria, there are people who believe that Nigeria is a place where you can go to bed hungry, very poor, and you can wake up tomorrow a multimillionaire without any work. There are multi-billionaires in Nigeria. They can never tell you what they are doing or how they make the money. And that is why when you talk about reward for labor, that is why people who never really work legitimately for anything, easy come, easy go money, they will tell you it is easier to make $1 million in Nigeria than make $100,000 in America. The person who is saying this to you has never seen $100,000 in his life. But he believes that in Nigeria, he could become a multimillionaire tomorrow. At least we are seeing those of them who are involved in this inter-border, cross-border smuggling. Egun bones, now special. You they follow? I don't want to mention the other one. We be saying, you know that one that will be our own now. They do the same job, smuggling, and the rest of that and all that. Sure, you get. However, the level of this Egungbon, this IBD Dende, is more deeper. If you want to understand what a state capture means, right? Pay attention to the criminals around Tinubu and how they operate. So they said this guy has been in charge of what comes through the Seme border and all the borders in the southwest of Nigeria. Is what do you call it? Is a pro connected. So they now said that by mistake, you listen to this. So Nigerian custom will go into people's houses and shoot and kill them because of a bag of rice. But this individual, if you want to smuggle anything, whether na guns or whether na drugs or tramadol or whether na contraband rice, food, and the rest of that, you just need to go and meet Ibrahim Dende. He's got so much money. He has hotels. He's been sponsoring football club for the youth. Baba. Even the people who are the victims of his operation, who have no idea, they will fight and defend him with everything because he's a generous person. But guess what? These kind of characters who have contributed, non-state actors, who have contributed to the further destruction of Nigeria are the reasons why, if you don't take back your life from the rogues who actually empower them, by the time they are done with you, even those of you who probably you are telling yourselves that I am joining the Nigeria army to defend my country. Oh, ni country, you are foolish. I am joining the Nigeria custom to protect my country. Very soon, do you understand? Because there are those that they are called the non-state actors that you will come across and you will understand how Nigeria is and why Nigeria is what Nigeria is. So what happened? They said this guy, Baba, listen to this one. Oh, the people behind smuggling in Nigeria, they are the custom leadership in Nigeria. Majako shock, yeah. Yes. From all over the country, where they have all different entry ports, they have controller for them. These guys are the chief and ringleaders for smugglers. In fact, some of them are actually doing the business themselves, no longer taking bribes. So Yame will take bribe. And Egungbon, Ibrahim Dende, is always their wingman. And he was so surprised that one person who probably should know about this was employed and confiscated Dende's trucks. You know, say when they call you smugglers be saying where they carry things through illegal routes. Baba, then they get routes. You want me to explain that to you? Nigeria have entry ports called Seme border or whatever other borders there. This Dende around the Owode Yewa area, they have their own routes. So if custom go there, custom boys by mistake say they go there, can't disturb the operation, the flow of all this smuggling. Wala go there be that too. And I think that was what the officer didn't know. While this guy was investigating all of this, Shoyombo Fisayo of the Foundation for Investigative Journalism, they figured out that Baba, the corruption runs so deep that come back custom letiki custom make somebody will be smuggler. But in the olden days, if you be smuggler, you go they hide. Nobody go to know you. But you see the smugglers of today under this APC, ladies and gentlemen, they wine and dine with your presidiot. And it's not new. We are talking about the group of people who are like criminals. Take a look at this. It's everywhere. The Omagege, who happened to be their former deputy Senate president, right, is a criminal in America. Gbajabia Mole is a criminal, convicted criminal in America. He can no longer practice law in America because he stole their client's money. Corruption. The one in the middle, Druggy, Kolu, is also somebody who forfeited $460,000 US in order to avoid jail, convicted for drug dealing. in Chicago. Sanwo-Iku, which they said is also a drug addict back then, also a counterfeit currencies, passer. He was passing fake dollars. He was arrested for it. Okay. Now, I didn't even know that he was convicted. So he was. Now, here is another one. Dubious Dapo. This one, a credit card fraudster in Florida. His mugshot is on social media. It's on Google. Go and Google Dapo Abiodun mugshots. You will see it 1983, 1984, wherein they carry mugshot of credit card fraudster in Florida. These are rogues that are associating with Siam, drug dealer, smuggler, combination made in heaven. So the Nigerian custom go, they ask a smuggler. Kinimoshe. Custom carry gun. Then they slap them because they arrested and confiscated the truck of rice it was bringing to Nigeria. How dare you? Can you confiscate the trucks conveying conveying the bag of rice, your own bosses that they bring it to the country? Not all of us they do smuggling. So you know if you arrest your bosses, you know if you arrest their own truck, if they arrest my own truck, Ogun kill you. Bah! Kinimoshe. Custom with gun. Wetin I do? Help me ask wetin I do. Nigeria to finish one come on to explain it for you. The credit for this video goes to the same FIJ, Foundation for the Investigative Journalism. I will interpret afterward. Watch this. Custom officers are the ones who are begging in this video. The man that is holding somebody there is Dende, the man in that picture I just shown you now.